that jersey.
Once in warm-up.
Yeah. Was it 3?
Time now for Afternoon Headlines, sponsored by Bear Aspirin, the official sponsor of fans' hearts. Baker Mayfield, introduced as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Talking about Tom Brady. Take a listen.
Listen, I'm never going to be Tom Brady. There's a reason he has won so many Super Bowls. He's the greatest of all time. There's no doubt about that. And I'm not going to try and beat Tom. I'm going to be me. That's what's gotten me to this point. We're going to do it differently, but that's what makes this league so special. Everybody puts their own touch on it. But yeah, it's an honor to follow up with somebody like that, and I'm definitely, the people that have played with him around here, I'm going to pick their brain as to the things he did. There's no doubt about that, so I'm excited. Like I said, it's an organization that's seen success, and following a guy like that, it's special.
I'm rooting for Baker. 2 things. 1, shocked by how weird that looked, like Baker as a Buck. 2, me being me is what got me here.
I think he makes it to the NFL.
Oh, okay.
I know, that was
But his third stop went well. I know Brew tries to minimize it. Yeah, really. Listen, Brew, here's the thing. I was thinking about, why does Brew not think Baker's time with the Rams went well? And then I realized Brew is a deeply religious man, and Christmas is such an important day. Brew just missed the Christmas Day game when Baker lit up the Broncos, Brew's Broncos, for 51 points.
What he had 2 touchdowns,
51 points. You know, you play to score 50 on the opposition. That's what I've always said.
How it goes.
Here's the deal. Kevin Wilde said last week, I think quite smartly, that he thought the Bucs offense with Baker would be better than the Bucs offense with Tom Brady. You said that.
Say that. You said that, and you attributed it to me.
I asked you some direct questions about whether the Bucs offense would be more boring or scoring this year than it was last year, and you said more scoring.
The Bucs
and I agreed
had an unbalanced offense where Tom Brady threw the ball 75 times, and they would accidentally run the ball 3 times.
Yeah.
I think a more balanced offense would be
We'll
more
score
productive.
more.
So
Exactly. So the short version is you think the offense is going to be better, and I don't know why you're arguing with me because I agree with you. Here's the other part. Let's look at, if we may, Brew, the Bucs listed opponents next year, and let's just see how many quarterbacks on there are really good. Home, it's just the Prince and Jalen Hurts. Those are the only quarterbacks we know are good.
What about Justin Fields, MVP?
That's funny. That's the closest Wilds to come taking a shot at somebody as I can think of. But I like Justin Fields, and Jared Goff played well last year. But the only 2 quarterbacks on the home slate that I know are good are Jalen and the Prince. On the road slate, the only quarterback that I know is good is Josh Allen.
Kirk Cousins.
He's not good.
He's
You're
good.
Gonna say
He's
Kirk
not
Cousins,
great. He's good.
Then we got to throw in Derek Carr.
And Derek Carr is good.
Those guys are fun.
Just good.
Fun.
That's what I'm saying.
And so, do I think the Bucs in that division with those receivers and that defense and Baker?
Go ahead.
What could win that division? Absolutely.
Are you willing to say it?
What?
Go ahead and say it
You
with your
saying
chest.
it or not saying it?
Say it with your
My
chest.
We know it's
preliminary
March,
pick
but
right now in March to win the division would be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Ratchet,
Atlanta
save that.
doesn't have a quarterback. Carolina's drafting a quarterback number 1 overall. So it's between the woebegone Saints coached by Dennis Allen with the most
Derek
annoying fan base in the world
they're really
right now.
after you.
Or
And a strong defense.
The defense is not that good anymore. They lost everybody. They lost their whole D-line except for our friend Cam Jordan.
Dennis Allen is
is
coach.
not a good coach.
But he's a defensive
So I
coach.
like Tampa and Baker.
Okay, I hold him to that. I got your Baker
What's in
T-shirt
pencil?
down. When he was gonna unleash the dogs, you know, we got. Remember that when we still got
off the leash. He was off the leash. I don't think
Here's the problem,
Browns
because
are
you're right.
remember
We
nothing
looked at the
dogs.
schedule. wasn't all that impressive.
Yeah.
But you guess what? You could say the same thing last year. I get it.
They
Tampa
won
had
the
Tom
division.
Brady.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but not. No, I'm talking about Carolina.
Oh.
Carolina was in the same division with the Saints, who were
Matt
bad,
Rule.
with Atlanta, which was bad, with Tampa, which had a boring offense that wasn't scoring. And Baker had the worst QBR of any quarterback in the league when they cut him.
Yeah, but
That's why he's where he's at now, as he said. He even owned it.
He did
this
well
is why I'm where I'm
with
at.
the Rams.
And
He did.
The Rams, this is why we think the Rams was okay. Because it was so much better than what he did in Carolina. But it wasn't good. 63% completions, 4 touchdowns in 5 games, average fewer than 200 yards passing. I mean, really,
the Rams'
that's all we
offense was
celebrated?
DOA all year. You didn't think he played. First of all,
He
had
like
one of the greatest final drives in the
serviceable
history
with
of
the
the
Rams.
NFL. We know that. Most yards, shortest amount of time in the history of the NFL. And he scored 51 on a top 5 defense on Christmas. He had a small sample.
Why weren't teams, why more teams going after?
No, he's damaged goods. Nobody denies that. But
you deny.
So who do you got for the NFC South?
Not Tampa.
Oh,
not Tampa. New Orleans right now. Preliminary.
New Orleans. You pick New Orleans every year with your dark horse MVPs
He's
and
from
Jameis.
New Orleans.
That's right. That's right.
Coming up next, Anthony
They
Davis.
love me in the Bayou.
Oh yes, of course.
Who that?
Welcome back to a big Monday show. Jeremy Fowler floated a wild card entry into the Lamar sweepstakes. America's team, the New England Patriots. Put me in a real bind, bro. I'm not going to lie to you.
Why?
Well, maybe it happens all of a sudden. Maybe the Patriots, who have the 14th pick in the draft, wait until after the draft to make it happen. Send next year's pick, which will be number 30. Brew, do you like
going
this?
to the AFC Championship game, but losing to the Chiefs. That's smart. That would be what number 30
fair.
gets you.
I didn't want to go over that. I didn't want to
go
too
over the
far.
top, say 32, win the Super Bowl. Smart, good.
You shouldn't be in a bind. A bind, I assume, is Mac, Baby Goat, or Lamar. That's the bind?
Well,
it shouldn't be absolutely they should be going after Lamar Jackson. If Bill Belichick wants to play significant football again in the rest of his career, then he should go after Lamar Jackson. Right now, he's just spinning his wheels. Like they have I'm sorry, Waz, but they have no chance of getting to another Super Bowl anytime soon.
They can't make the playoffs.
Right, at best, they could squeak into the playoffs. At best, they can make the playoffs.
But
at
the
best,
world moves forward.
and get beat quickly. That's it. Is that what Bill Belichick's about? He is about Super Bowls. He's got a top 10 defense.
True.
The run game can be all right. But if he doesn't like going out and spending a ton of money on receivers, Juju's fine, but they're not going to go get any. I don't think they're getting your boy D-Hop. But if they did, that'd be great. But yes, bottom line, they should go after Lamar Jackson. And Bill O'Brien has success with Deshaun Watson. I mean, yes, this is a no-brainer.
Well, the last playoff game you guys won was a Super Bowl.
Well, that sounds good to me.
But think about how long ago that was.
Yeah, that was ages
but it has
ago.
been
You were there,
four.
weren't you?
It has been 4 seasons with 0 playoff
show
wins.
from there?
Go ahead.
No, I wasn't at the Super Bowl.
Well, you did, yeah. You was out there in the
Okay,
cold.
so here's why it put me in a real bind. Because as you know, I'm Mac Jones' #1 supporter, and that includes his family members. I support him unconditionally. At the same time, what do they call me? You know the answer? The Mayor Fair.
Oh, yeah, I forget that. Sorry.
I'm the Mayor Fair.
I thought
That
it
was
was
way
Punxsutawney
down
Phil
my
of
list,
football.
but
Well, that's true, too.
Punxsutawney Phil of football.
They also the clown
and the clown.
of the show.
Yeah.
I'm the clown.
leader.
But
Yeah.
mostly the Mayor Fair.
Yeah.
I'm not out here trying to be a fan. I'm trying to give you cogent analysis like we all are. So I made a graphic on why I would support Lamar Jackson to New England.
You would.
Because I support Mac Jones 100%. There are 3 exceptions. 1, if Tom Brady wants to come back, I would support it. Everyone in New England would support it. I think Mac Jones would support it. It's like, oh, great. I get to learn at the feet of the greatest quarterback.
Okay.
Number 2, if you're an MVP. So if Patrick Mahomes said, you know what, I'm done with Kansas City. I'd like to go to a real
So you would
franchise."
take Rodgers right now?
I wouldn't take Rodgers.
Well, then that's not in the.
How far back you going? Recent MVP.
It has to be a recent because don't forget, Mac Jones usurped Cam Newton, who has an MVP.
Right.
And number 3, and this one's a little bit confusing, but I put it on the graphic anyway. Oh no, we're doomed. Divisional rival text. So your guy, Brett Veach, if we sign Lamar Jackson, he would respond to other GMs. Oh no, we're doomed. Or maybe just one of the emojis like that one. So out of those 3, you got to have usually 2 out of 3, but 1 out of 3 is fine. So for those 3 reasons,
I don't think there's one.
I would be okay signing Lamar Jackson.
Oh, you would be okay with it?
I would.
Yeah,
and
of
still
course.
supporting Mac Jones 100% without question.
First of all, Lamar and Mac are about the same age, amazingly. Lamar's 26. What's Mac? 25. That's for. Second of all, Lamar is a better college player. Lamar's been a better pro player.
He's not a better college player.
He won a Heisman.
Mac Jones won a Heisman. We got a national
I'll
championship.
give you that's arguable. I'll give you that one.
It is not arguable.
No, I mean, he won a national championship. You played to win the
national
game.
championship.
You played
Thank
to win the game. I'll give
All right,
him that.
Stetson Bennett, better college player than Lamar Jackson, evidently, right? He's got a couple of them. Yeah,
But Mac was
y'all
good,
sound
though.
30
Mac
years
was
old.
good,
Y'all
too.
sound
Mac threw for a lot
ridiculous.
of
Stetson
yardage.
Bennett was
He
good
set
too.
the
He's just a
record.
tiny
Yeah.
little fella.
Come on.
Doesn't matter. Can I give you a real list here?
Sure. Is New
For the
England on it?
5 place, it is.
Oh, good.
5 places I would like to see Lamar go that I think should be pursuing him in this order. By the way, I am not including on this list. I did not make the cut. Washington, because I don't want him there. I don't think they. Well, they don't.